has been an important community presence and commercial leader in the Pioneer Valley, with convenient full banking services in Westfield, West Springfield, East Longmeadow, Agawam, Feeding Hills, Springfield, Southwick, as well as Enfield and Granby, Connecticut. Visit us on the web at westfieldbank.org.
I'm Mark Auerbach. Join me every Friday at 8 a.m. for ArtsBeat, where you'll meet interesting actors, directors, designers, and musicians here in Western New England.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 at 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Good morning, everybody. I guess it's me. Welcome to Tiger Talk. It's
Tiger
Tiger Talk, Thursday, October 6, 2022, 8:02 a.m. So if you're listening live on 89.5, turn us up a little bit. Turn it up to volume 4. And if you're watching us live on WCPC, right, Carol? Channel 15. You can watch us live there. I noticed, not to start the show off with a bummer, guys, but
you're gonna anyway.
I'm gonna. The numbers are, Carol, what's going on? Our views, Pete, our Nielsen ratings are dropped below 0.004%. So I don't even know if we're being recognized.
Listen, it's like everything else. Ebb and flow, Mr. Daly. Ebb and flow.
So
that just means you guys got to book really good content.
Yep, I think you're
It's
right.
all about
Pete.
the content.
Yep, and getting our name out there. So I actually talked to the mayor about the billboard downtown near the bridge. I'm thinking about Pete, if we could get a photo picture, put that up there, and then.
Have you taken your photo across the hall yet? No.
Yes, we did. We did last week, so we need to check in with Lindsay Grimsley to see what the status of that is.
Yeah, that might help, but I think. Carol, don't take this the wrong way, but
here we go.
You got to pick up your game.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
So today, I hold all the ratings on you.
Okay. Somehow I don't think Mrs. Groom is the problem. Just saying.
Yeah, no, it's me.
I didn't say that either. I think we could shoulder the responsibility.
All right, we'll take it together. But hopefully this week we get some more viewership out there. And I don't know if my parents have started watching yet again, so there's 2.
I know Mr. Groom's out there watching.
Okay, we're up to 3.
And it's a big day in our household because it's Brody's 5th birthday.
Oh.
Happy birthday, Brody.
My mom
birthday,
does.
Brody.
She's an Agawam, but she's still...
What do we get Brody? Brody's Mrs. Groom's dog. What, a raw steak for him?
No.
Flintstone style? No?
No.
What's the treat? Kong?
We have a special lemon cake.
Oh, nice. Excellent.
Lemon cake?
Bring a piece in for us.
Dogs were supposed to eat cake. Or it's a canine cake.
No, it's people cake.
Human.
Oh, it's people cake.
Come on, Joe. So we have a lot of things going on.
I just discovered this summer that there was such a thing as canine ice cream.
Carol?
Yeah, I don't do it, but yeah.
Frozen.
Yeah, it's a frozen
Yeah, there's also all the
treat.
treats you can buy over at the Biggie. I saw a couple of booths with canine treats.
I babysat a dog over the summer, and my wife discovered it. I thought she was kidding, but lo and behold.
Okay, add it to the list of something to try.
Yeah.
Crazy.
By the way, what's happening on Upper Campus? I popped this shot up, and I was like,
they're
redoing the whole
installing
field.
sprinklers in Bullens Field.
Yeah,
and then they're resodding it and everything.
Yeah, so that's the baseball field. So they ripped up all the sod, Pete. Howard Landscape is doing that. They brought in new sod. It was, I don't know. I thought it was pretty nice, but maybe they had some.
I've been trying to record a time lapse of it.
Yeah, maybe the Starfires have added some funds to redo the field, and I know the football field is in
Babe
dire.
Ruth, I think, did as well.
Yep. So the football field is in dire straits right now. So I think they're trying to bring it back and. Add the irrigation system to it. So Bullens and our facilities, need a little bit of help.
Well,
So
like, just like the rest of us, we start to show our age after a while, right?
Yeah, and it's unfortunate. Maybe we'll talk to Mr. Figgy, who's going to be on the show later. But we're getting to the point where we're one of the only schools, high schools, Westville High and us, that haven't had some kind of upgrade, whether it be to the fields or the building or stuff like that. So
The last major upgrade was '94, when the connector was built.
You're going. I'm with sports right now with my kids, and every high school right now has new turf, new stadium, new something. So hopefully, after we finish our school at Franklin, that'll be next on the list.
I definitely, we've talked about it. Very eager for a building project at some point in the future.
It'll look good. And
Here's hoping we live long enough.
Well, we do have a building project coming up, Joe, about in manufacturing. You want to recap us a little bit what's going on down there, and do we have a start time for that?
We can begin as soon as the funds have been dispersed, so it should be imminently. So, as anybody who looked at the Westfield News recently saw, we were privileged to host Governor Baker a couple of Tuesdays ago.
Yep.
Is it? The time is flying. Who awarded capital skills grants to 14 schools, among them Westfield Technical Academy, for the 6th time. And we're going to use the funds this time around to reconfigure some space in manufacturing. There's sort of a center room in between the two shop areas that it's kind of a catch-all. It's kind of like a locker room / break room. But what we're going to do is we're going to reconfigure the space, and we're going to add, with the balance of the funds, some large CNC machines, which correspond most currently to what's hot in industry. So it's just going to give our kids a leg up in terms of their employability. We've also got some funds to do some work in electrical wiring. That's less about space configuration than it is about purchasing equipment to assist them. They have a new curriculum framework, and there are a lot of standards in the framework that they need to address that they don't have equipment for because they're new. So, as you know, one of the blessings about being the principal of a tech school is that you're surrounded by phenomenal equipment. One of the curses is that equipment has to be maintained and replaced periodically, and the capital expenditures are impressive, right? A piece of machinery in the manufacturing department, can be anywhere from $40,000 to $200,000. For one unit.
Sure.
Replacing things in the kitchen or buying new things in culinary. A couple of years ago, we bought combi ovens because they corresponded to some of the stuff that's being used at MGM. The oven is very sophisticated. It comes with a computer that would rival anything that we have in IT. Yeah. $45,000, $50,000 for an oven. So, trying to keep current is a challenge because of the cost associated with it. But courtesy of the Baker administration that really understands the value of what we do and has since the beginning, we've been able to make a lot of progress replacing and repairing with capital skills funds.
So that's it, and we're getting some money. The bottom line is we're getting money. We're improving the school.
We're getting money. That's it.
So that's awesome. So we have we're looking forward to the start of that. So I know the guys in manufacturing are excited. So we always every week, we started this last year too. We try to highlight a new teacher or a teacher that's been here that we haven't spoken to in a while. So right now we've been having some. As every school does, we have turnover and new teachers coming in. So we're trying to get all the newbies on the show and breaking them in here. So with me to my right, we have Jed Stamas. Hey, Jed.
Hey, how's it going?
So Jed is our new science teacher, physics primarily.
That's right.
And Jed, what we want to do is we want to just talk about, how did you come to the school? Where you been? What's your forte? And what do you think so far? And then Carol's got some 5 quick questions for you at the end.
Sure.
Where you been, Jed? Where you been?
Yeah, and then we just want to highlight all the great things we have going on in the staff we have, because we always talk about how great the kids are. Right. And
they are.
And we were off to a great start this year, so I'm excited about that. But it takes more than just the kids. to have a great school. So we want to highlight everybody. So Jed, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And welcome to Westfield Tech.
Thank you.
How have your first few months been so far?
It's been great. I've been really enjoying the students.
Yeah.
I've been really enjoying the A-B weeks, and I have more students than I would normally have at a regular school.
Right.
But I like that. More personalities, just more people to know. It's a little bit harder learning the names, but I really enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. So if you don't know how our school runs, we get 1 week where we have freshmen and seniors in academics. And then the next week, the sophomores and juniors go to academics, and when they're in academics, the other kids are in shop. So as a teacher, like Jed just said, you're dealing with 100, 140, 50 kids 1 week, and then the next week you have a whole group of another 150 kids. So it's not easy.
No, it's not.
No. And Mrs. Groom's got to know the whole school.
The whole school.
The whole school. It's amazing.
And she does.
Jed, give us a little background on where'd you start?
Sure. Well, I'll start out with the most prestigious thing that I've done in my career, which was also the first thing I did right out of college, which was work at NASA. So when I mention this to students, they really drop.
excited,
Yeah, they really get excited, especially since NASA's a big fashion thing now. You've
Yeah.
seen all the
Oh, yeah.
NASA
Clothes, yeah.
hoodies at the Holyoke Mall. I think they have an
when did
entire
that happen?
store with NASA gear.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's been going on for a few years,
Yeah.
maybe 4 or 5. I'm not sure exactly how these teenage fashion trends
Sure.
work.
I gotta confess,
Some of us get it from the source.
I
Yeah.
haven't traded in my Starfleet Command sweatshirt yet for a NASA sweatshirt. I guess it's time to update.
Well, maybe next week you can wear that, Joe. We can check it out.
I'll have to get it. What, Starfleet Command?
Joe,
Yeah.
Joe, I'll
Gladly.
Joe, I'll pick you up something from Wallops Island when we go down there for the launch.
I
in
gotta
November.
say,
2XL, 2 extra lovely, please.
I can find one of those down there. I'll get you a
the
Wallops Island
banter
shirt.
here really rivals Q102 in the morning here. I listened to that on the way in. You guys you could probably take their jobs.
Whoa,
There
I like
goes,
it. Let's
yeah.
keep it going.
Maybe the
Anyway,
babies will
Yeah.
come.
so students always ask what I did at NASA, and worked on the Chandra X-ray telescope, which is an X-ray telescope. So you may have heard of the Hubble Space Telescope. That is a telescope that is in space, but it takes pictures in the visible light range. Well, Chandra was the successor to that, but takes pictures of X-ray sources. So things like black holes, supernovas, the really weird, like out there stuff that the students seem to love.
Right, yeah. Awesome. Yeah, that's a nice little added bonus you have to give to the kids, right?
Oh yeah. They always ask about what it was like,
Yeah.
and what I did, and I was in the calibration phase, so I tie that into calibrating a microscope or a scale.
And when approximately,
connection.
how long did you do that for before you moved into education?
So 4 years, I did that from 1996 to 2000, and basically I was on the computer all day. It's a lot of programming. I know the IT students would enjoy that. Astronomy in practice, it's not sitting looking up through a telescope all the time. It's a lot of coding and data analysis, image analysis, that type of thing, and which I loved, but I wanted to do something working with people and working with other topics, because when you're in the sciences, you sort of focus on one particular area. But as a teacher, I can teach about anything. So this year, for example, I get to teach about biology, which I love as well. And I get to learn new things.
Yeah.
So since 2000, I've been in education. I've been mainly teaching physics, but I've also taught some other related subjects like astronomy, forensics. I've even done some electronics courses, because that really is physics.
Right.
Right. Well, that's good to know in case we need a little, we need to substitute you down and shop a little
sure.
bit.
Yeah.
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 So I'm thinking about working for an agency like NASA. There must have been a very aggressive onboarding and security background check and all of that business at the beginning?
Yeah, well, I did have to get a security clearance, but it's not like top secret or anything. Where I worked, it was in Huntsville, Alabama, and it's called Marshall Space Flight Center. So the NASA facility is actually located in the middle of an arsenal, and you drive about 3 or 4 miles through fields for security. You show your badge, and then I don't know. I don't think I was vetted too hard. I mean, it's right out of college, so.
So prior to coming here, Jed, where were you teaching? 'Cause I know you've been teaching for a little bit now.
Yes. So most recently, West Springfield High School.
Yeah, traditional high school, larger than this, obviously.
Yeah, larger. Yeah, it's not a technical
Right.
school, so it doesn't have the same personality as this school.
Yeah. And I'm sorry to interrupt, but anytime any new teacher comes in, I always like to ask them, what do you notice differences? I'm sure there's major differences you notice, but what is a positive one I'm going for, not necessarily negative.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's nothing negative about Westfield Tech, right? But what is some positive thing that you notice, whether it be the schedule or the kids or the shops? Like, what is it that you notice right away in the first? You've only been here a couple months,
Yeah.
so.
Well, the first thing, the most obvious thing, I think, is the students want to be here a lot more. And I think that's because of the great teachers and also the shops, and they're learning something they know that they can make money doing in the future. And that's a big motivator. And I think it's also things they enjoy doing. They enjoy doing more adult work, and the shops give them a chance for that. And I think the second thing would be the number of students that are very interested in learning, that want to learn, rather than viewing school as something I've got to do. I've got maybe not all of them, I'll admit, but quite a few students that really want to learn physics. They're really interested in biology. So that's a blessing in my book.
Well, you're also fortunate too, because both of those contents connect to a lot of the CTE areas that they get: allied health, electrical wiring, aviation, IT, culinary. So there's a lot of good cross-curricular connections there too.
Yeah, it's easy to make connections to their shops in physics and biology for sure.
Yeah, I think when we have new staff come in, I think what Jed said is as often said by a lot of the teachers. I mean, because we have an application process here, because we have a waiting list for kids to get in, there's a little bit more pushing the kid to keep them on track and keep them focused. And although physics, no offense, may not be their number one priority here, they know it's a necessary evil. And if you can relate it, I mean, that's great outside background that you have. And that's the key with all the good teachers upstairs. They're able to take real world experiences and tie them in with the subject that they're teaching.
Yeah.
You know, and for you to have the background from NASA and then bounce, go into different atmospheres and different schools, I think that makes a difference for sure.
Absolutely.
And I think it's one of the things with the shop teachers. When we have a shop teacher that has come out of industry and says, "No, this is how it is. You know, this is what you need to do." Instead of somebody that's just coming straight out of school into it.
It makes all the difference in the world. I mean, I was an English teacher for almost 20 years, and the point of view was totally.
You live in your bubble, right?
You
When
do.
You go from college to in the classroom, and then this is what.
Even though I was I was teaching in a tech school.
Right.
It's a different framework. It's a different set of mindset.
To that point, I have an interesting. Jed, you haven't been. How have you been able to? Have you been able to walk around, see the school a little bit outside of your academic setting much yet?
Not very much, to be honest with you, just because it's so difficult, everything I have to do with the lab.
Yeah.
I do really want to, though. I want to see all of the shops.
You think what I'm thinking, Mrs.
Yes.
Groom?
But let him know what
Go.
you're thinking.
Oh, you want me to?
Yes.
Okay.
I never experienced
No, I
that.
think that we did this in the past when Mrs. Zaporowski was principal and now he's the superintendent. One of our PD days was bringing the academic teachers through all the shops.
Okay.
As a mini exploratory. So, because that's one of the things. Like, if you can relate to the shop, you can relate to the kids, right?
Right.
So, getting some of the new teachers, I think we're due for that, Joe. I don't know how we work that in to a potential PD maybe next year or something, but
We'd have to do it in August.
yeah, but something where The shop teachers loved it. Were you here for that?
No.
The shop teachers basically took our academic teachers through. And then we sort of flipped too, and then we brought some of the shop teachers up to academics and be like, hey, because a lot of shop teachers don't have the classroom background that the academic
Right,
teachers
particularly
do.
if they're coming directly from industry.
Right. So we sort of swapped for a day, and it was really interesting. And it got a chance for newbies or people that haven't been here a while to see the shops. But if you have free time, don't worry. Don't get scared about venturing down here. Popping in the shops. All the shop teachers, as long as you got safety gear on and your glasses, they are totally open to anybody coming in the shop.
Closed-toed shoes, please.
Closed-toed
No
shoes. No ripped
Okay.
jeans. Right. Watch the hoodie
right.
strings.
That's right.
Yeah. So.
What
No
we've been
slippers,
saying
no
for
pajama
weeks.
bottoms.
That's it. Keep your Crocs at home.
That's it.
So anyway, if you got a chance and you can sneak out, try to
Yeah.
do that, and then find us. I'll bring you around too if you want.
Great.
Before you roll, Jed, and thanks for coming on. Mrs. Groom is going to throw a quick fast five at you. No thinking about it. Just let it rip.
All right.
Real
Okay.
quick. What's your favorite holiday?
Christmas.
If you could meet someone famous, who would it be?
Benjamin Franklin.
All right. Favorite vacation destination?
Cape Cod.
Favorite restaurant?
Well, that's a toughie. Taco Bell.
All right.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
If you were
That's
a
a joke.
student at WTA, which shop would you choose?
Electrical wiring.
Nice. Yeah.
I
First,
had a feeling he was going to say that.
I didn't know if it was going to be IT
Yeah,
or
that's
wiring.
what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
Nice.
I'd put wiring over IT because I like doing things with my hands.
Yeah.
I like the parts, and I've taught it before. I'm
Nice.
just really interested in it. It's physics.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Excellent.
great.
Well,
Yeah.
again, if we need a sub down at EW, be ready.
You're hired.
We're going to
No
get you down
problem.
there.
No
Well, Jed,
problem.
thanks for coming on the show.
welcome.
Yeah.
Great to have you.
Dale.
Good luck the rest of the year.
Yeah.
We appreciate what you're doing for us. And Pete, why don't we roll to our first song,
All right,
Tiger
take care.
Talk.
The falling leaves drift by the window. The autumn leaves of red and gold. I see your lips, the summer kisses, the sunburned hands I used to hold. Since you went away, the days grow long, and soon I'll hear old winter's song. But I miss you most of all, my darling, when autumn leaves start to fall. Since you went away, the days grow long, and soon I'll hear old winter's song. But I miss you most of all, my darling, when autumn leaves start to fall.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
Hi, it's Bob Plass, and I have Wow, It's Tuesday every Tuesday, 6 to 8. Wow, it's Tuesday.
Community Radio 89.5 WSKB.
I did it!
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
And we're back, Westfield. Good morning. Welcome back to Tiger Talk Live, all things Westfield Technical Academy. You are here in the flow with Carol, Kev, and Joe.
It's a mouthful, Mr. Lynn.
That's it.
And okay, Mr. Langoni, Nat King Cole was the song right there.
Autumn Leaves, one of my favorites.
Yep, here they come. The leaves are coming down.
Drifting by my window, if you will.
Yeah, I almost drifted asleep with that song, but I'm just kidding. It was too easy right there. Come on,
Different generation. It's, these younger fellas.
I think of him as Christmas. That's it. You know.
Oh, that was Nat King Cole. We used one of his songs for the first dance at my wedding.
Nice.
My wife protested loudly, but I won.
That's it. If you missed us, you're listening to 89.5 on the radio and watching us hopefully live on WCPC, Channel 15 local.
SKB, CPC.
Oh, all the numbers, letters. We
soup.
just had Jed Stamos on, one of our science teachers, a new guy coming from NASA, which is pretty awesome. Big physics background. And he did a great job.
You know, this is what's so great about this show is that we are highlighting our teachers. We're learning more.
He was
about
positively
them.
electric.
He did light it up.
Yeah.
Absolutely. To my right we have Ralph Figge, our cross country coach,
Founding cross country,
as well as city councilor, and Kaylin Hawley. Hi, Kaylin. But if you guys don't mind, we're gonna put you on pause for a hot minute. And we're going to talk some school stuff a little bit. Carol, did you want to talk exploratory? Do you want me to talk co-op?
Yeah, we'll do both.
Okay, great.
The freshmen are finishing up their 1 days this week, and then they got a big job ahead. They're choosing their top 5, or actually top 6, to have their 5 1 weeks coming up, and that will take them to choose their final shop in December. So. They're really
hard to believe we're there already.
Yeah.
It's flying.
Yeah, and this group of freshmen are so on it.
Yeah,
they are turning their papers in already, and so it's
abnormal. I'm a little worried about that. It's abnormal.
Yeah,
you know, like kids are getting.
I think they might be coming in.
You know, I'm so positive all the time, but
that is true.
They might be coming in. You know,
super focused.
Yes.
Super focused. Well, you know,
you are so bubbly. I often want to call
you
Kevin Champagne Daily.
Yeah, that's my nickname. Yeah, a lot of people used to say that about me. Demerit Broom. That's good. Awesome. The freshmen are doing great. It is an exciting time for them because now they get to narrow down. You know, not every kid loves every 12 shops they go through. So now they can get their top 6 that they choose, or top 5 that they choose, hopefully.
You know, we got some of the freshmen yesterday when we were making the morning rounds. One interesting question that popped up in a few different places was in response to, well, if I get my 5 1 weeks and I decide that the one I put first isn't my favorite anymore, does that mean I get that one, or can I change my mind? And they were thrilled to find out that that's part of the process. Is you come in with an idea of where you think you should be, and then you learn something new about yourself and your skill set and your interests, and maybe you end up in a very different place from the one that you thought you were going to end up in.
Right.
Speaking of the freshmen, they're all out there watching in the green room.
Yeah.
Yes, we can see them.
Yeah, we're just
they were just in the control room with me.
Awesome. I mean, that's one of the things also, Pete, and you know I've been harping on this a little bit with you and Mr. Forney about getting the freshmen and the other kids in on the show, because eventually we want
harping. That's the Mr. Daily we know and love, right?
Harping right there. No champagne there. But to get the kids in the booth working, and hopefully, Pete, you can just step out and they can run the show for a while. So that's the goal in the end. I don't know when that's going to happen.
That'd be helpful, yeah.
Yeah,
plenty of things I can do.
Absolutely. So we're working on that.
Get there.
We're working on that. We want to talk about co-op quick. You know, we talked about it. We had the We2BA. There was low 30s. We're up to. Let me just double check, guys. We're at 36 kids out on co-op officially. We have 11 ready to go out. So within the next 2 weeks, we'll be up to 47, 48 kids. So
just percentage-wise, 36, it was a hair under, so 36 puts us roughly at about 25% of the senior class.
Yeah. So,
which is fantastic.
Right. We have a couple juniors sprinkled in there right now that have started maybe in the summer that we're ready to go, but it's primarily seniors. The teachers are doing a great job, and, we want to get the kids out in industry to get,
that's the
experience. And as you know, people are clamoring for jobs all over the place. So if we can help out and provide an education while they get to school credit and getting some money in their pocket and contributing to society and buying gas and Taco Bell and as Jed would say,
Mr. Thomas's favorite.
Mr. Thomas's favorite. I do want to read some of the companies out if you guys don't mind.
Please.
I'd like to give them a little shout out.
Please.
Because if any chance anybody out there has an opportunity to visit these companies that are supporting us and support them, we'd appreciate it because it's not easy to take a kid on at 17, 18 years old, but
and we can't do it without them. I've said since I got here, this is a public utility that's brought to you by you. So without you, we got nothing.
And that's without them, we don't roll. So that's that's one of the incentives as a junior or senior that you get is, hey, you're going to get credit for school, and you're going to be making money. So it's awesome. So let me reinsert these names here: R.M. Sullivan, Family Ford, Advantage Truck Group, ATG, Belize Lexus, Sarrett Ford. We just picked up Greater Auto Services over on Franklin Ave, which is great. We have something in the hopper with the Westfield Fire Department, Westfield Tech Center, potentially 2 there, Polish National Credit Union, Aero Fastener, Belize Collision, Hampshire Fire, Clark Construction, LeKay Building, Trademark Construction, EZ Construction, Kiter Corporation. We have somebody at the Shortstop Grill. Several kids at Elm Electric. We just picked up M&M Electric. Victor Biley, former Westfield Tech grad.
That's right.
He's got his own electric company now. He's picked up a student, which is great. Thanks, Victor. Anchor Johnson Electric, WF Johnson Electric. They're same company but 2 different branches. Irwin Electric, Drew Heath, another Westfield Tech grad, grabbing one of our kids. We're going to the Thunderbirds today, which is awesome. We had a kid over there interning last year, and now he's going to be. They want to hire him as a PR photographer, video guy. Aiden's going to go over there. Proudly Landscape, Wyben Construction, The Ranch, Southwick DPW. That's been 2 years with them. Tynick Landscape, Valley View Landscape. Partners in Community, which used to be the Governor's Community over in Springfield. Danny Kanapika's hooked up with that. That's 2 IT kids over there. Thank you. Hogan Technologies, Mechanical Drive Components. Now here's all your manufacturing, Advanced Manufacturing, Rock Tool, Van Pelt Precision, Spectrum Machining, and Command Aero. Wow. So that's just a few guys.
Very impressive.
Yeah. That's just a couple.
Yep.
So we got a lot of companies out there that are taking our kids, and we want to thank them. And if you are interested in getting a student out working with you, call the school.
Give us a call.
572-6533, and we'll get it rolling.
Great.
How'd I do?
Perfect.
All right. Yeah. So let's talk a little cross-country. Oh, wait. Do you want to talk? What's up with the no restaurant this week, right?
That's correct. They're not open. It's freshman week.
Yep.
And they have some catering events. Between this week and next week, but they will be open next Friday, October 14th from 10:45 to 12:15. So be on the lookout for that menu when it gets posted.
And Friday, not a buffet, right? Next Friday, or do we not know yet?
I don't know yet. They
I got the buffet last time.
Yeah, we had a
went down good.
Yeah.
Didn't sit good later. An hour later.
All right, and then
like a brick.
Mr. Daly ate his body weight in bacon.
It was breakfast. It was a breakfast for lunch buffet, and that's just brunch. Yeah, brunch spells disaster for me. I kept telling myself, don't go back up. But in their mind, I don't know if did I grow up during the Depression in another life? Like in your mind, it's like
it's not.
You want to keep going.
Has not met a pork product he doesn't like.
It's like all you can eat. I better get going.
Yeah. Not only that, you had a special delivery brought to you.
Yes, I know.
It's because
they
you
take
had a
care
special
of me. All right,
request.
let's moving on. Hey, Mr. Langone, how's the attendance last week?
So, Lekrensky report for the week ending 9/30/2022. Little off, to be honest, but a lot of sickness in the community. I know a couple of my own kids have been ill, so still, though, very respectable. Everybody's up over 90%, easily over 90%. The ninth graders were about almost 93%. Grade 10 had the strongest showing last week at 95%. grade 11, 93, and grade 12, 92. So again, a little off because 'tis the season for sniffles and microbes, but all in all, we're very proud that we're up over 90. We stay over 90%.
Anytime you can get that, I mean, I think the average is around 90 anyway across the state, correct? Somewhere in there, ballpark?
I don't think it's that high.
No?
The middle high 80s for the state.
We do good. I mean, the kids don't, for the most part, especially when they're in shop, they don't want to miss the shops.
I can easily say our attendance is typically exceeds the state's, and it does in a lot of measures, even just recently, because I was looking at the metrics for accountability. Testing attendance, we hit 100% every year.
Yeah. So keep it up, kids. Mr. Figgy, Counselor Figgy, welcome to the show.
Coach today.
Coach, that's right. Sorry.
Founding coach.
Careful, we might give you some counselor questions, so I hope you're ready. You can't just take the politician hat off and leave it.
No, we won't do that.
Well, I get it.
Put that back on. I know. We don't want blind anybody.
Founding father of cross country at Westfield Tech Academy. This has continued to grow, right? How many years have we been doing it?
This is our 7th year.
Yeah.
Our first year we had 6 total athletes, boys and girls combined.
Your first year was my first year.
First year.
Yep.
And then this year we have larger teams than Westfield High School.
Come on.
We do.
Wow.
We have 15 boys and we have 9 girls.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I do remember the days of 6.
6. Oh yeah.
And and I say, how do we do? Well, we competed.
We competed.
We finished.
Yeah, for the last few years we've had enough boys and girls to field teams. You need 5, a minimum of 5 to have a team. And the girls up until this year were struggling to hit that 5.
Yeah.
But this year we started with 10, we lost 1. And so we're down to 9. But yeah, a lot of underclassmen on the girls' side, a lot of seniors on the guys' side. So
Love it. Yeah.
we're going to need boys next year.
Okay. Well, we'll get on these underclassmen, get them out to get running. And what is cross country? You guys it's basically running, but not on a track, correct? Kaylin, you want to talk? Kaylin Holly's here. She's on. Are you a captain?
Yes,
you are. Okay, good. So you can answer some questions. So, how about this? How long have you been running with the team?
I've been running with this team since my freshman year.
Okay.
So this is my 3rd year doing it.
And tell us about what's the difference between cross country and track, because I think a lot of people get it confused. What's cross country?
Well, I've never done track.
Okay.
But
tell us what cross country is.
Cross country is basically where you run every day after school, and then every Tuesday you typically have a meet, and you'll either be at Stanley or we'll go somewhere else, and you run 3.1 miles through the woods, over fields, concrete,
anywhere
basically.
So they highlight
not limited by a track.
Right.
Yeah.
You're not running in circles.
You're not running in circles. You're running
track
somewhere
and field is one location. You know, you run around in circles and you do the events inside. So you are running, and Stanley Park is our home course.
Yes.
How many other schools use Stanley Park? Do a lot of kids? Do we always have meets at Stanley Park?
Westfield High and St. Mary's.
Okay, nice. And are those? I think I've been in there back near the bird sanctuary and stuff. Do they highlight the track? Do you ever get lost? You're running through the woods. I mean, are you on a golf cart, Mr. Figgy, looking for kids sometimes?
No, I'm at the finish line. I set the course at Stanley, and it takes me 3 hours to set it. We use a combination of flags and cones and spray paint.
Right.
So kids should not get lost. We have gone to some courses, I'll let Kaylin talk to this, that are not quite as well marked as Stanley. But Stanley hosts a lot of the big meets.
Yeah.
This weekend, the James Early will be up there for Westfield State's home meet. There'll be 1,000 kids running up there.
Yeah.
And then starting at the end of October, we'll have Western Mass, we'll have the Dick Atkins Invitational, then various divisions of the state tournament will be at Stanley Park. So, and also the East Coast Championships for the college.
Okay.
So that course gets a lot of work, a lot of wear and tear. So it's kind of easy, just follow the beaten path.
Yeah. So we're sort of fortunate to have such a good course. Are you?
We are so fortunate. It's a fast course. It's got its ups and downs, but most of it's flat, so it goes fast.
Yeah. Kaylin, how have your time? Obviously, it's by timed, right? But
Yeah.
Have your times increased over the years? Are you getting better? Like, what happens in practice? Do you guys just run the course in practice, or what do we do for practice?
During practice, we run around Bowlins.
Yeah.
And they make us run up and down the bleachers.
They do? They make you?
Yes, and they make us run up and down the hill.
The
one right there.
It sounds like you don't like that.
No.
No.
That's hills are my least favorite day.
Really? Does it work though? Have your times been getting better?
My times have gotten better since the beginning of the year.
So it sounds like whatever Mr. Figgy and Morrill, right?
Yeah,
Mr. Morrill
are doing is working. Do you guys run the stairs as well in the football field? I thought I've seen some of the guys run that.
Yeah, I see them every afternoon.
You like that?
No.
No.
Pretty much.
So, no.
Well, you won't like practice today then.
Always nice to have something to look forward to, isn't it?
So tell us about. So you have record numbers this year, which is great.
Yes.
How are we doing competing wise? Obviously I don't think we're winning meets, but are we having kids in the top 10 or 15 with some schools?
We are winning meets.
We got a record.
Kaylin is our number 1 runner on the girls' side. Sean Cronin, a sophomore, is our number 1 runner on the boys' side. We are very competitive on the boys' side. We are 4 wins and 6 losses.
Okay.
The girls' side is 6 wins and 4 losses.
Whoa.
Unfortunately, several schools we ran against didn't have enough girls for a team.
Oh.
So we win that automatically. But
Take it.
we are developing the younger runners are coming along quite nicely. A couple of them have dropped 10 minutes off their time on the boys and the girls side.
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Pretty significant.
It is significant. A first-time runner going out on their first cross-country course has no idea what it is. So they always start with a slow time. So it's easier. Now, for a runner like Kaylin to take a minute off is a big deal.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're talking 6-7 minute miles. That's what the kids are doing.
With terrain.
With terrain.
It's not
exactly.
just flat.
No, it's not flat. So
Yeah.
you're not going to have a 5-minute miler on the cross-country course.
Yeah. Kaylin, I know you don't like the hills, right? But
I only like trail hills.
you do like trail hills. What's the one area is that the one area of your running that you are focusing on improving? Is it the hills? Is it do you start off too fast? Is it pacing? Like, what is it? Where do you think you can pick up some time?
The thing I'm trying to work on is my pacing and recognizing if I'm going too slow, I need to speed up for that mile, or if I'm going too fast, hey, I can relax a little bit more for this mile, but then you have to go a little bit harder the next mile.
Right. And is Mr. Morrill there with a bullhorn yelling at you?
He doesn't need one.
If I'm walking at practice and he sees me across that field, he's screaming at me.
If you guys, if you're listening and you know who Emmett Morrill is, he's been around a long time.
I was going to say, Emmett Morrill's loud voice hasn't changed since I had him for geography in 7th grade at Agawam Middle School.
If you haven't had him in the class or had him as a coach, you're in the minority because he's been around a long time and he comes into school all the time just to volunteer. Sometimes we ask him to sub. Sometimes he's gone on a Skills USA trip today to chaperone
every day.
I mean, there's nothing we ask that man to do that he has. His whole life has been like that.
So Emmett and I have quite the coaching relationship. I take care of all the paperwork, and he takes care of all the practice material.
Perfect.
It's perfect.
Yeah,
so
it's nice.
The computer, I'm not the best at it, but I got it down.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you know how to turn one on. I don't know that Emmett ever had a computer. But maybe he did.
Not back in the day, that's for sure.
No, his wife has one, and he doesn't have a cell phone.
Great.
He doesn't have a cell phone.
Yeah.
So
Impossible to contact.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, we appreciate his efforts for sure,
absolutely.
and Mr. Figgy, of course, is you, and we get worried that you guys are going to say, "No, we're all done." So you can't. Now that you guys are pumping up numbers and winning, and we got a good following going, and Kaylin will try to get the word out to get some boys next year, right? And keep the girls we have.
And one of the reasons Coach is in the building so much is he does do a good recruiting job.
Yeah.
And I think it's through his efforts we got the freshmen, sophomores that we got this year on the girls' side.
Yeah, Emmett's pretty hard to say no to.
Yeah. So when's our next meet? Tuesday. Is it
It's
Sandy Park?
it's against Pope Francis.
Okay.
And it's at Whitney Reservoir in Holyoke.
Oh, I like that one.
Oh,
You
that's
like
a good
that
one.
one.
Yeah.
See, there you go. Got something to look forward to after.
So if you have time, get out and see the kids running, and we'll keep an eye on your record. You can check us out at is it arbiterlive.com? I think that's where you can find the scores for us, and then we post occasionally. We'll put stuff up on our website too. So thanks for joining us, Mr. Figge, Coach Figge.
Hey,
Congratulations, Coach Figge. Another grandchild, number 2 on
That's
the way.
right.
Number 2 is on the way. We got Murphy coming.
He's the diaper specialist
Murphy.
over here.
Oh, I got that down.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And Kaylin, thanks for coming.
No
Good luck.
stranger to diapers, right? Right
No.
after having 2 kids of your own.
All right, let's end diaper talk. Let's go to another song here.
Everyone stop as you walk into the room. Isn't this the greatest thing? Everyone on up and over, you can touch it. Isn't this the greatest thing? Punch the clock. Keep boxes left. The greatest thing. You'll be young. Enough isn't this the greatest thing? Isn't this the greatest? Isn't this the greatest thing? Isn't this the greatest thing? The greatest thing. I heard some confessions as we can't afford to be the fashion. Cause it's the latest thing. In and out the matrimony, never once remove the sound. Cause it's the statest thing. So girls like that above described are not to be so weakly bright. With a white rock and a ring. Punch the clock and it's time you get through the park. When you're married on paper and thoughts in you are. But I hope you told her life is the one you love. Sorry. Just because some mythology says you can't afford it.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
Hi, this is Harry Rock, host of Rock on Westfield every 4th Wednesday at 8 a.m. Tune in for my view of this place I call home.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
And we're back talking about NASCAR, but we'll put that on hold for a minute because once again, not my division. I was just saying, I got to learn something. I feel left out.
You know, Joe, constantly we talk sports, and Mr. Figge was just on with Kaylin Hawley, who was great. She's
awesome.
Cross country. But Mrs. Groom, I tell you, she is like a dog on a bone with NASCAR. All she wants to do is talk about NASCAR.
I don't get it. Why do you
Joey Logano, last week, who was your guy last week? See, it's unbelievable.
When the NASCAR thing comes up, what's up?
We'll take you to a race in person. You'll have
I
a
am
different
all set. I think I'm with Mr. Langoni on that.
Well,
I'll take you down to Stafford Springs.
Yeah, Get his feet wet, Pete, a little bit. Yeah, he'll
Take him down to the infield. He'll be all set.
Springs Motor Speedway.
Honestly,
Kids, remember the
Mr.
jingle?
Langone, I'm with
They
you
used to
100%, man. NASCAR has never been my thing.
Wow.
Stafford Springs
Wow.
Motor Speedway.
Okay.
I do remember that.
For Mr. Langone.
And the music selection today was brought to us by Mr. Langone.
Yeah. What was that
I just
last
want to
song
make
we
sure
heard?
he has the stamp.
The Greatest Thing, Elvis Costello from
Okay.
Punch the Clock, 1984. I
Sure.
was just saying to Mrs. Groom, not a bad track on the entire disc.
We all
I
know
never
that
even
one.
heard the song.
Yep, never heard it.
I don't
Might have been
I
our
was too young.
might have been our junior year in high
I don't
school.
think I've ever heard of that in my
Yeah,
life.
you and me both, Al. Here we go. So we have,
Neither of you were here when the album got released.
Well, I wasn't even a thought until 2005, so that was like 30 years later.
okay. So we got Al here. We got some sports to talk about. Al, we had a big. You know what we could talk about for sure, but we'll wait on that for a second. We'll talk about Westfield Tech sports for a little bit. Our cross country is doing great, as you heard if you listened to Mr. Figgy and Kaylin. But our girls soccer is doing well. Mr. Brown Mr. Brown has stepped in and helped out Mr. Washington because Mr. Washington is out, and I believe the record. I feel like they're 5-2-2 potentially right now.
That's not bad.
And they're really coming together, and Mr. Brown's excited about it. So kudos to Mr. Brown and the girls for stepping up with the Mr. Washington
Mr.
out.
Brown's a force in nature.
Yep.
God bless him.
Our boys soccer program, they got rained out yesterday, but they are rolling. They're 9. I think they're 9-1-1. I know they only have one loss. David Bulatov, leading scorer. If you look at their scores, they're winning games 8-0, 5-0, 9-0. And then they have a couple close ones here and there. So, Coach Delude got them rolling. I think the team has scored something in the ballpark of 40 goals already, and they only allowed 2 or I think against Taconic I think they've only allowed like 5 goals for the whole year. So they're doing great. So look forward to them. And I think power rankings wise, I think they're ranked in the top 3 in the state in our division.
I think that we have a really good soccer program.
Yeah,
here.
we do good. We do well. And our golf team, which was rolling, took a little hit a little bit down the stretch, but they're doing well as also. And I think you guys, gals, I'd love to get golf on next week. And
that's
Sure.
great.
get Mr. Eck on, Coach Eck, with some
Absolutely.
of the kids and talk about golf. But they're doing well. And then, of course, cross country. And I think that's it for Westfield Tech Sports. So keep on keeping on. If you have a chance to go out and see them play, let's go out and support them.
I think Westfield High's got Central this week.
Westfield High is Central with a couple Division I candidates on that team. And, all right, let's bring the twos down just a hair, Pete, if you don't mind. I can't hear myself think. Al, what's going on in sports across the country?
Well, before I get to the big man, I want to say that what is going on with New England, dude?
No. Oh, you want to talk Patriots first?
Yeah, 1-3 in the last 2 years.
Did you see what happened to them this week? The backup quarterback
Almost beat
and they almost beat
your third string quarterback, Bailey Zappi, almost beat Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
That's sad.
Aren't you? By Green Bay, correct?
Yeah, that's sad by Green. Yeah. And how does Aaron Rodgers almost lose to a third string quarterback in his first ever start?
I don't know. And Mr.
Because he's facing a really good Patriots defense.
Exactly. Yes, Patriots defense is, like I said, in my opinion, in the last 2 or 3 years has been incredible.
Yeah, it's been great. Mrs. Groom, what do you think about the Patriots defense?
She's gonna have nothing to say.
Wait.
Wait a minute now.
What's that now?
Well,
untoward remarks
all right,
from the head of the table there.
So the Patriots are 1-3 right now, correct?
Plenty of time to turn it around. Detroit this week, I think that's a win. I think you'd be.
All right, let's go into football. Before we get into football, Al, I want to back up the bus a little bit. I want to talk Major League Baseball a little bit. All right.
Oh yes.
We'll back up the bus over Mrs. Groom.
The regular season is finally over. 162 games are done. What a marathon.
Yeah.
NL and AL wildcard, Rays and Guardians, Blue Jays, Mariners, Padres, Mets, Cardinals, Phillies.
Okay, and that starts tomorrow night, correct?
Tomorrow, the first game's at 12.
No, when did the Yankees, because they won division, have 5 days off?
Tuesday.
Okay, Tuesday against that winner, right?
Winner of the Rays and Guardians.
Okay.
Astros got either the Blue Jays or Mariners.
Right, so we got a lot of baseball. If you haven't been following baseball, because it is a grind and a long season, now's the time to start watching playoff baseball. It gets exciting. If you're a baseball person, and Mrs. Groom, who you looking to take the World Series this year?
I guess the Yankees.
Oh,
wow.
Okay, nice. Okay, and speaking of the Yankees,
how about
what happened?
How about Aaron James Judge hitting number 62? What a remarkable season! Get this, not in a steroid era.
Not in a steroid era. Hopefully he wasn't taking any, right?
No, I don't think he. I hope not.
Eclipses Roger Maris's single-season American League record of 61.
That was held for 61 years.
61 years. That's a nice little fact right there. And did the Yankees win last night?
No, but they finished the year 99-63.
99-63, and we were hoping for them to get 100 wins.
That's all right.
That's okay. They're in first place and won the division. And Aaron Judge, did he play last night?
No, they sat Aaron Judge, Giancarlo last night too.
Give him a little
Basically, they had like a JV lineup out there.
Yeah, JV. Well, get the young kids a chance to play a little.
Yeah, Oswald Cabrera, Oswald Peraza, give them a shot.
Yeah, and the Red Sox, they're on the golf course.
They're out.
Yeah,
they've been out for a long time.
Time to golf, right? Hopefully, Mr. Groom and Mrs. Groom have a better year with the Red Sox.
Red Sox said goodbye to Dennis Eckersley in the booth. For
yes,
as a retirement.
What was his name? The Fox.
Eck.
Yeah.
No, just Eck.
Yeah.
Just Eck.
My former boss way back when Tom Cruise was
Tom Cruise
directing that. Yeah.
Is that
he's directing
before or
that show for
after
Nessa.
Top Gun?
Well,
looks a little bit different than that guy.
Okay.
I think you said your former boss was Tom Cruise.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
You met Tom Cruise.
The different
Not
guy.
that Tom Cruise.
I'm about to say what?
So let's go football here, Al, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
How did we do, Mr. Daly?
Well, I'll tell you what. So initially, I thought I did better than I did, but we had a good week last week. So prior to last week, everybody was within 2 games of each other. 2 games. This week, I got 3 wins for a total of 8. Joe had 4 wins. Great week for you, Joe. So you have 7 total now. Al has 2. But that was your first week, so you had a tough week last week, Al. Hopefully you rebound this week. And Mr. Hastings got 4. Maybe we'll take you and Hastings combine and give you 6 have him pick for you. Okay. And then Mrs. Groom, the best for last. You only had 1 victory last week.
I know. It
wasn't any better than I was. I only had one more.
Yeah, one more. But she's a competitor.
Listen, we can't set a record every week.
That's what I was
keep
saying.
telling you this. It's
so
okay.
we have. Do you want to talk about the Giants real quick here, Al? I saw Saquon. Speaking of broken down quarterbacks, was Saquon Barkley playing quarterback last week?
Wildcat for
running the Wildcat, huh?
Tyrod Taylor concussion, Daniel Jones ankle injury. Giants quarterback mess, but still beat the Bears.
The Bears. That's good.
The good news, Daniel Jones is optimistic to play against Green Bay in London this week.
Oh, good.
Here, please.
Oh, you needed.
Yes, the Giants play the Packers in London at 9:30 in the morning.
Okay, we're gonna go with that one. So the Giants against the Packers. I know you love the Giants. Here it is. Al, I'm gonna say you're gonna go with the Giants against the Pack.
The only way we beat the Packers if we go with a shootout with them. The Giants actually surprising me. They've scored over 19 points in 3 weeks.
Do you think is Daniel Jones cleared to play?
Optimistic that he practiced yesterday. He did, according to Brian Duvall, he played pretty decent. He said that they are optimistic that he's going to play. So yes, I'll see how the Giants will do.
And are you going to pick the Giants to win?
I will go with them and see how that goes.
Okay, Mrs. Groom. Giants, Green Bay.
I'm going Packers.
You're going to go Packers.
That's the smartest.
I went with the Packers and Mr. Langoni.
Green Bay.
He's going to go with Green
They're probably going to win, Packers probably, but...
Well, hey, head up. Never know, right? Thursday night, that's tonight, we have Indianapolis at Denver. Russell Wilson, day-to-day right now. It looks like everybody's getting hurt. So what do you think, Al?
Why is it as me? I thought the Broncos were going to be absolutely stacked.
Yeah, they've been disappointing.
Play really well, but they've scored the least amount of points out of anyone in the NFL in the last 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Indy.
I might go with Indy, but I guess I can go with Denver. I guess to see if Russell Wilson can redeem himself.
Okay.
If he even plays.
Okay, Mrs. Groom.
I'm going Denver.
You're gonna go Denver. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Denver too. Despite I think is it Matt Ryan at the quarterback for India?
For Indianapolis.
I think he could do something, but he's just too unpredictable that team right now. Joe.
Indianapolis.
Oh, okay, Joe. Nice. Okay, Detroit at New England with, the third-string quarterback, Mrs. Groom for New England.
Smith.
No. Bailey Zappi.
Zappi. I don't think Hoyer's been cleared, and we didn't pick up Drew Brees yet off of waivers, right? So it looks like third-string quarterback versus
never gets
versus Jared Goff.
Yeah.
So,
I go ahead.
No, go ahead. You're up first.
Well, I'll go first. I actually am going to go against the Pats. I'm going to go with Detroit.
Okay.
What about you?
I like New England.
Okay.
If the Lions, I don't know if they're getting Ahmad St. Brown back. That'd be a huge guy. T.J. Hawkinson had a huge.
Mr. Daly, we're getting the signal. We're getting the stink guy from the booth.
Okay, real quick here, Carol Groom.
The Pats.
New England. Yeah, I'll take
Pats and Joe.
Detroit, please.
Okay.
Okay.
And then Dallas and the Rams, real quick, Al.
I cannot stand Dallas.
Okay.
Please, LA win. Please.
Okay. I'm gonna go I'll take the Rams as well, Carol.
I don't like Dallas, but I'm going with them.
Okay, Carol. And then Joe.
Rams.
Okay.
And a shout out to my mom, Shirley Ribeiro. She's going to be 90 on Sunday. It's a big milestone. Happy birthday, Mom.
Hi,
We love
Shirley.
you.
Happy birthday, Shirley.
And I guess we won't pick the last game of Vegas and Kansas City. We'll do it off air.
Go ahead.
Go for it.
Yep.
Kansas City.
Same.
I'll take the Chiefs.
All right, we're all going Chiefs, and happy birthday to Cheryl's party. What time is the party Saturday night? We'll be there. 7 o'clock at Cheryl's house.
One last thing.
Yep.
The only team in the NFL that is undefeated is the Philadelphia Eagles.
Hopefully they lose.
I love that.
Thanks, everybody. See you next week.
Have a great long weekend.
Support for community radio on WSKB is provided